maybe I'm just overkill in thinking that I need a more powerful Mac.
Like, I love this little Mac. It's perfect.
I love it too. In fact, I'm debating whether or not I want to go through with the iMac purchase now because of how good the Mac Mini is. I'm now on the fence because it feels like redesigned iMac is so far away, and I'm very tired of the same old Intel-based iMac Pro I've been using. Just had the same machine for so long, and I've got all these external monitors I'm not using, so I'm like really tempted to just make the jump to Apple Silicon now and see what I can get done with the M1 Mac Mini, which I know would be faster than the MacBook Air I had because it has a fan, so that allows it to run at least a little bit faster.
I've never once heard said fan, but if I put my arm behind there, I do feel it, so I guess there's
just
a fan
a little
there somewhere.
bit. I don't know. I feel like I've been doing more content at 1080 instead of 4K because I was thinking about making that transition for a while. I still film at 4K so that when I punch in, I don't lose quality, but I just don't export at 4K, and not that many people noticed. It was like maybe 10 maximum on tech, and on EV, literally nobody. I did not see a single comment on EV about not being in 4K after being on 1080p for a few weeks. And I would still want to do 4K when I have a bit more to show. Like if I did a review with dedicated B-roll, then I would just let the export take a bit longer and upload in 4K. But I feel like for so much of what I do, it's kind of pointless. Like a lot of my videos are just ideas that I'm spitting out, and I'm just talking to a camera and showing cutaway shots, and a lot of the cutaway shots are not in 4K resolution anyway. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of play my videos and put them on in the background, or do picture-in-picture, or just
don't watch
split screen, or don't watch them. Yeah, they just listen, or don't even click on them in the first place. There's lots of people on Earth that don't watch them in the first place. But I was just thinking,
statistically
like,
speaking, most people on Earth do not watch your videos. True.
There are more people on Earth who do not. That is factual. Though that's probably the case with every YouTuber. To be fair,
even Pewds. Yep.
Even Pewds. There's more people who don't. T-Series, okay, that's probably a good 80% of the planet. But when it comes to Tailosive tech, I was just like, this export takes way longer and this upload takes way longer, so that it can make like 8 people who actually have the internet for 4K and watch on a 4K device, and for everything to go right,
or display.
I slow it. Yeah, I slowed down production for everybody. So I was like, maybe I'm just overkill in thinking that I need a more powerful Mac and I need something more advanced, when in reality I could probably get by with the M1 Mac Mini for a long time, and it's so cheap. Like, it's so affordable. Although a term you keep using in a lot of your videos always makes me laugh is when you say price per dollar, which never made sense to me. But
price per dollar. Oh, yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
I've said it too, but people always call me out on it, and I was like, oh,
price
yeah, I guess
dollar.
that's...
Yeah, power for dollar.
What does that mean? I think I know what you mean. It's like, it's kind of like saying performance per watt. It's just like for how much you pay and how much performance you get. But typically we get wrapped up in the phrase price per dollar.
It's like the price. The price is the most important thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's looking at price as like a vague thing. You know, it's like, don't think about the price, think about the value. You know, it's like
value. That's it.
Doesn't the value of the price go don't they go hand in hand or whatever? So that has me looking at the M1 Mac Mini and just thinking, maybe this is better for me. I mean, my wife and I are kind of like really into investing now, so every time I look at a big Apple purchase, I'm like, oh, that could buy me this many shares of this stock or this many shares of this stock. And I'm like, so why do I need a fancy like $5,000 new iMac? Oh, because it would be cool. It would look good and be fast. I'm like, yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I can't decide now. I'm kind of on the fence.
I would highly recommend you do a Mac Mini, although I have been thinking recently, I might be interested in a 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pro. And here's why.
I would definitely be interested.
I am feeling so glued to my desk right now.
Oh, yeah.
I may live in the same household as other people, but I very rarely see other people because I'm always in my office working, and it's just not portable. And it's fine because this thing was what, $700 out of the store, and it it's like a $5,000 computer, so there's no complaints about it. But it's like I just don't have that freedom and flexibility that some of my laptops do. But they don't. I'm not editing anything on any
silicon.
of these laptops.
No
it's
Apple
just
silicon. Yeah.
too painful to watch them render any footage. It's just like,
and the battery drained like a
and the fans kick up. Jet engines in my lap. So I don't know. I'm definitely not going to get rid of the Mac Mini because that thing can depreciate to zero. I don't care. And all those videos of people like, oh, you got to get the 16 gigs of RAM or else your SSD is going to die on the Mac Mini. I'm like, I don't care if it dies in 6 months. The thing was still a good deal. It's not going to, though.
I hope it doesn't. Yeah.
No.
That would be bad.
No. Lots of people have figured out you can write 40 petabytes to the SSD before its warranty goes out, and that's just the warranty. So
you should do that in about 6 months, I think.
I don't know.
4 petabytes.
I don't know how much I've written, but probably not 40 petabytes.
Probably not. That's like 40 avatars.
Ooh.
I heard the original Avatar file base was like a petabyte or something like that. Wow. But that was in 2009. That was a huge amount of data for the time.
That's still a huge amount of data. A petabyte?
Yeah.
That's 1,000 terabytes.
Yeah. It's probably more achievable now, just with if someone decided to film all their videos in HDR.
8K, 120 HDR, maybe.
You could hit a petabyte in a year or so if you really wanted to. But yeah, you probably won't hit that for a while.
No, I think I'll be good. Yeah, well,
so the mobility,
I'm
though.
That. Yeah, it's that portability. You're totally right, and I don't know. I know it's going to be overkill and whatever, because this does meet all of my needs. I have no needs complaints. At this point, it's I'm just tired of being in the same room all day. I would like to go somewhere else, and have that freedom to go into the living room or into the sunroom or whatever, and just enjoy other areas while I'm still being productive, I guess. And so I don't know. And also, this computer's just so fast. There's no waiting times anymore. I used to have to wait for things to render or export, and so I'd go get a sandwich or go take a walk or something. But there's no waiting with this Mac Mini. It's 5 minutes, it's done now. What's the next thing to do? It's I can't. Yeah,
I don't think that'll depreciate very much, to be honest. I think that there's not going to be anything that obsoletes that Mac Mini for a while until they decide to update it with new silicon, but I feel like that won't be that regularly. Knowing how often Apple updated the Mac Mini, it was always kind of every other year or sometimes every 4 years.
4 years.
So it could be until 2022 or 2023 that we actually see a M2 chip in the Mac Mini or something. So when that comes out, maybe the M1 Mac Mini drops in value a little bit. But
this was a clip from the Tailosive podcast archive. If you want more content like this, hit the subscribe button. And of course, hit that like button to ensure that a Google Pixel sheep has one more tear fall from their eye.